Hi guys, if you clicked on this video, you might want to know about a toxic relationship with yourself. And yes, it does exist. For a full video, go to my YouTube channel at Zofina2017. Many of you heard of the term toxic relationships, where those involve someone else. But the truth is that you can be toxic to your own self. Have you heard of that? Oh yes. It is very self-damaging, self-destroying. After people feel negative emotions, negative self-talk. Other times, people are having unhealthy diets, eliminate any physical activities. Don't even care about their looks or their hygiene. Hey, the list goes on. It is basically self-destruction. Do you agree? Listen, we all had bad days. We all have good days. But when those bad days start taking over the good, that is where and when we might fall into trouble. Being lazy is one of those things that can be self-destructing and harming. Now listen to this. One of my rules is that each morning you must start from cleaning your own bed. It is where the day begins. A new start and a new beginning. Each day we can start a new idea, a new self, a new change in your life. If someone wants to make a change, don't wait until tomorrow by saying, yeah, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna start it tomorrow. It will never happen. Okay, it will never happen. This is the lazy talking. That is the self-destruction. Toxic you talking. Another thing, do you think when toxic people want to be around you, with all that negative thinking and talking, physically abandoned, have no goals to look up to? No, you know why? Because you are the empty plate that no one wants to eat from. Is that a good way of living? Well, let me tell you a story. You just think for a moment. You just think for a moment. The story I'm going to share with you is a life and a breathtaking. And it can change your life. You can breathe fresh air again because someone and some people climbed out of the darkest places and never looked back. And that was my mother. She was diagnosed with cancer, and the most aggressive and the most dangerous one. At the age of 67, I was with her at the doctor's room when he pronounced the word cancer. Hey, don't get me wrong. I've heard of so many people having cancer, dying from it. But when it touches your own family, your mother, your loved one, it is on a whole other level. Right there, right then, I thought my mom's life was over. My life was over. And there were no options. All of a sudden, the doctor said there were 2 options available. And in my mind, I thought, he better offer some good damn options, or I'm going to faint right here, right now. And in his first option, he offered surgery. And I screamed, we'll take it, we'll take it. I said, Mom, please take it, please do it. Have the surgery and you'll be fine. We walked out at the office that day and the surgery was scheduled. We were both in shock. But what we did is we drove to see another specialist who was a herbalist. And in my mind, maybe he can cure my mom. Give her something, she will be fine. But we waited for him for 5 hours because he was late. He wasn't in his office that morning. So we saw him that afternoon. When that herbalist heard the word cancer. And I remember he refused to give my mom any medications, and he said that she was the unlucky one. And he told us that he was too busy for my mother, and other patients were coming to see him. My mom saw this specialist for many, many years for her arthritis. And he was feeding her with some small green natural medicines. But here in cancer, he told us to get out. My mom and I felt so terrible and disappointed. We went home and we told the rest of the family that my mom had cancer. She got ready for the surgery, and I remember I took my mom to millions of appointments before the surgery. And the doctors did not know where else it can reside. That was the hardest moment. Where else could it reside? And yes, my mom was scared, and I remember I told her these words. Mom, don't worry. You don't have to be alone. No matter what, we are together. We will fight together. This is not your war. This is our war. No matter what, if we have to go to another side of the world and get cured, we will. You will be fine. My mom felt better, knowing that the family is present and this dark place has a light at the end of the tunnel. She finally had a surgery, minor complications, and a smile on her face. Now, after 2 years, she's healthy as a 20-year-old. The doctor said there could be many complications post-surgery. Anesthesia for her was dangerous at that age. She may never recover. The list went on, the things that they were saying that can happen after the surgery, during the surgery. It was scary. But positive thinking has pushed her to the decision to do the surgery and to be well. We actually never heard the second day, the second option, which is funny until today. And let me tell you something. If she was toxic to herself and had negative thinking, this would have never happened. If she had poor hygiene, she would have never recovered. If she felt lazy and didn't walk after the surgery, she would have had more complication. And trust me, it was painful to walk. But every walk she took, she wanted to take another. And I wanted to share this story because being toxic to yourself is a very, very self-destructing. And I know if my mother beat the most aggressive cancer at the age of 67, and the pain she went through only God knows, you can beat anything. You can become anyone. Don't let your emotions take over your life. Thank you.